If you were to take Kim in one word, it would take several words. She said that it was smart ass, which I love. Authentic, audacious, no holds barred loving is how I see her. Authentic, unapologetic, soul level, loving badass. She has come through the valley of the shadow of hell, grew up on food stamps, lost her sister and her mother to suicide. She was 10 years in depression, medicated for depression for 10 years, and she thought for a time that this is good as it's going to get. She identified with and took on the I amness of that mental health diagnosis, which, excuse me, I have been there. And I have such compassion and love for those who have dealt with or are dealing with that. Some of the questions that drove her through that and that continue to just pull from time to time, it sounds like, even though she is healed and speaks from, as she says, speaks from the healing, speaks from the scars, not from the wounds. The questions that are unavoidable are, what could I have done more for my sister, for my mother? The answer to that is not necessarily what can be done for them, but what she does for people. For over 3,000 people, she said somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 people, she has assisted that many people in moving from wounding to warrior, to having the life that they want to have, to creating a life that seemed unobtainable. She is the mother of 3 children. She's married to her sweetheart, Rich Ward. They are partners, supporters, lovers. I asked her about the most romantic thing that Rich had ever done for her, and she said that while she was in Connecticut, he called her, and instead of words, he just played a song by Luke Bryan called Crash My Party. And she said that was when she knew it was a forever love. One of the other things that really lights her up is giving her children the life that she used to only be able to dream about. And then also and additionally, making the difference with people such that they create that life for themselves, their version of the dream life for themselves. Guys, I just am so excited to hear Kim talking about Pinterest, and who knew? I didn't have any concept that Pinterest was something that I could use to grow my business. And I am here to find that out. I'm going to be with you on this one because this is super interesting to me. And I have just met Kim for 5 minutes, and Kim, you've got somebody who loves you. That's me. And so guys, again, I invite you to listen from heart, listen for transformation, listen for what's possible as we welcome Kim Ward to this event.
Woo! Wow. Give me a hell yeah. It is amazing to be here with you. Tony Schmaltz has brought the best thought leaders together for us. And Dave, I love you right back. So what is up? Welcome. Today is actually my son's 23rd birthday. Wow. I was telling Dave, I know, I look 23 myself, right? So today, I'm going to bring you some of the tactical pieces. We're talking leads, leverage, and longevity. What? That's the triple L. That's the L word. So I'm going to share my screen, and we are going to dive right into some Pinterest talk, all right? I know that you're thinking, but Kim, Pinterest is for hair and nails and recipes. Oh my. Well, baby, someone's done lied to you, because I'm going to tell you right now, you're working too hard. And you've heard my story. You've heard that, you know, we all are impactors. It's about how do we get more exposure to find the people who are lying in bed, literally crying, stressed out, agonizing pain, and praying for an answer. And my friend, you are the answer to someone's pains, problems, and prayers. But you know that you can't be there right? You can't be invisible and help them with a transformation. So my job today is to get you seen, get you heard, and get you results. I want you to drop a number 1 in the chat if you are ready to see how Pinterest can be a catalyst to set you free. All right, so here we go. Here we go. This is not an AI image. This is me literally pulling my freaking hair out of my head. I was done. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not here to bash Facebook. But when I look at the 3,000 to 5,000 people and entrepreneurs that I have served, some of the common themes that come up, and I want you to let us know in the chat, has any of this ever happened to you? Maybe your Facebook ad or ads were rejected and you're like, I don't know why. I'm following the terms and conditions, Facebook. Worse, maybe your Facebook ads account has been shut down. I've worked with very large businesses from legal down to the solo single mompreneur and everything in between, right? And this is what they all have to say. It doesn't matter where you're working from, what your revenue is, your color, it doesn't matter. What matters is, are you not getting engagement? Have you ever felt like there's crickets on your profile or in your own Facebook group? Or worse, maybe your Facebook group has been shut down or your profile has been shut down. If you know someone that this has happened to, say me, because I know that me and these, 3,000 people, we're not alone. Exactly. So real quick, Dave gave me a shining intro that I'm like, whoa. But I just want you to know that, look, I've gone from, growing up on food stamps, having complete dysfunction, just like you, to growing a multiple 6-figure coaching and consulting business. I retired my husband, right? He was 23 years in the fire department. And when I first launched my business, I know I'm not alone in this room, that I was leaning on the busy work because I had his very sexy 6-figure salary to lean on. So I wasn't doing the things that I needed to do. We grow in discomfort, right? You're not going to grow and be completely comfortable all the time. You've heard from our other speakers. Wow, 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 is all I can say. Tony, you know how to throw an event, my man. I am a reality show survivor. I'm a senior level executive contributor for a beautiful digital magazine called Brains Magazine. Perhaps you've heard of it. And my favorite, well, yes, the Pinfluencer. Okay, it's not about me, but I need you to know that you're in good hands. You're in great hands. But I want to talk to you about my friend Joe. What? Joe grew organically a Facebook group of her most ideal clients and customers. She grew a Facebook group of over 6,000 members. No ads, all organic. How long do you think that took? I mean, shoot. I'm a ninja and my group still isn't at 6,000 members. But Joe has a beautiful, beautiful business helping dogs and humans. Now, great. Yeah, she's not a coach, right? But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you are. You have someone and people to serve. You have services. You have an opportunity. You might have products, both digital and physical. It doesn't matter. I am going to pop your head right off of your shoulders today, and you're going to say, holy crap, what have I been missing? How am I just learning about this chick? All right. Well, we're going to get started. Joe, we're not sure what happened. But all I know is that she woke up one morning, bam, her Facebook group of over 6,000 members gone, vanished. We're not talking about the rapture. Like, they're just gone. Now, there's no number. There's not a Facebook hotline. There's not an email address that you can kindly inquire and say, what did I do? No, she was shit out of luck. SOL, write that down. And she came to me and said, I don't know what I'm going to do. And Jo gave me permission to share her story so that I could show you what's possible. I'm going to give you everything you need today to be wildly, wildly successful without the burnout. Okay? But I need your whiplash. And I'm going to get it. So Jo wasn't building an email list like we know to do, right? She leaned 99.99% on this Facebook group that was now gone, and she was essentially out of business. Remember, I said SOL. And she came to me through this WhatsApp and said, hey, can we talk? So I hopped on a Zoom with her and I'm like, what's up? She was in tears. She was in sweats. She was in all the things. And she said, do you think that Pinterest could work for me? Now, this is not ego. I'm not being cocky, but I said, Jo, show me any business and I will show you how to make it successful, profitable on Pinterest. Does that sound okay today? Could we do that for you? So here's what happened. These are Jo's actual results. Okay, I need you to hear me. They are unique to her. There's no results that are ever guaranteed. But these are her next 5 months. So I want you to know a couple of things about Pinterest. Number one, Pinterest is not a social media platform. What? Who knew? Nope. It is a visual search engine. You're smart. You're in this room. I want you to say yes if you understand the value, the power, the longevity of a search engine. That's why you're on YouTube, right? That's why you try to rank on Google, is so that it becomes effortless and you grow, you compound. It becomes, whoo, okay, we did this, right? We didn't die. Here's the trick. Pinterest is a search engine that feeds your content. So I'm just guessing, you might have a lead magnet or several. Maybe you have a podcast or you've been a guest on someone's podcast. So you've got some podcast episodes to share. You probably have a Facebook group of your own. You've got YouTube videos, you've got blogs, you've got websites. Shall I keep going? You've got TikTok videos, you've got Instagram. What if I told you you could repurpose the content that you already have onto the Pinterest platform and allow the search engine to do the heavy lifting for you? Yeah, baby. That's what I did with Jo, and that's what I do with all of my clients. The problem, and I don't see it as a problem, but if you are one of those instant gratification people, you're going to see it as a problem. So as, I think it was Darren Hardy in The Compound Effect talks about the microwave mentality, right? You can throw a bag of popcorn, you push whatever, 1 minute and 27 seconds, and out comes this fluffy popcorn. You are not going to walk through this conversation with me having a microwave mentality, all right? Because it's a search engine, what your expectation is anywhere between 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months of consistent effort, and you will grow on this platform with a beautiful ROI, return on investment, right? But there are also 99,000 Google searches every single second. If you don't believe me, you can Google it. 99,000 Google searches every second. So what you don't know is that because Pinterest is a beautiful search engine, all of your pins, boom, they drop into Google. So now you're being indexed in 2 different places. Sounds pretty freeing, right? So Jo and I, we start working together in July of 2022. This was last year. It's been about a year, almost a year and a half at this point. And at that time, it was about 90 days of consistent effort, which, this is nothing new to you. You know that you have to be consistent, and you know you got to put the work in order to pick the fruit, right? We don't drop seeds in the garden and go out there every single day and scoop them up and go, hey, are you growing? No, that doesn't happen, right? So it doesn't need to happen with your digital marketing efforts either. So we were just planting the seeds at this point. And we didn't have any expectations for the first 90 days. But something happened in August of 2022. We were in a group coaching, and very nonchalantly, as I'm ready to close the Zoom, Joe blurts out in this beautiful Australian accent, I've had $1,000 day. I'm sorry, what? You've had $1,000 day? Yes. I'm like, first of all, why did you wait until now to say that? And why are you being so nonchalant about that? And then I thought about what I said. Oh, well, she had a group of 6,000 members. She must have had $1,000 day in the past. So I said, Joe, is this your first $1,000 day? And she said, yes. I'm like, we need to celebrate. Like, yes, we need to celebrate. So that week, Joe closed out her week doing $2,003 in sales. The following week, and all she's doing is just creating pins. And I'm gonna give you the recipe today, I promise. She just was consistent and knew how to work this system. And you've got me on your side. So you're gonna leave like, what? I'm now a pinfluencer too. That next week, she closed out her week doing another $2,000 in sales. So now, 4 weeks in, she has now done $4,003 in sales, 100% from Pinterest. Think about your assets right now. What's coming to the surface for you? Are you thinking, I have opt-ins, I have lead magnets. Oh my gosh, I have digital courses. Yes, I have podcast episodes. I have Facebook groups. I'm on TikTok. I have got blogs. I've got websites. Great, great. Those are uncashed checks for you right now. Okay. So we keep going. In September, Joe comes to me and says, okay, we're talking about her numbers. We're looking at her metrics. $5,869 in sales, 100% from Pinterest. Now, what you see here, I'm going to start talking a little faster because I'm watching the time and we've got a lot to get through. I hope you have pen and paper. If you didn't know this already, when you write with pen and paper, you activate more than 6 places in your brain. If we type or we text, we only activate 2. So pen and paper it is. Joe got an invitation to fly from Australia over to the UK. And of course she said yes. So when she flew over, she got wildly, wildly sick. Y'all, I'm talking, she couldn't lift her head off of her pillow. She was deathly sick for 3 full weeks. She had the audacity to approach me in a Zoom and try to come to one of our coaching sessions. And when I saw how horrible she looked, I'm like, go back to bed. I'm not meeting you today. Go back to bed. Needless to say, pinning or even creating any type of content was the last thing on her mind. So for the month of October, 0 new content was created, 0. But what happened was because Pinterest, being the search engine that it is, it was carrying her. People are searching for the solution that she has. They were using the kind of keywords that she was speaking. And with creating no new content, yeah, there's a dip. But guess what? From lying sick in bed, she created $4,000 in sales. Now, lean in real close here. Okay, let me ask you a question. If you were unable to work your business for 4 consecutive months, what would that do? All right. Think about that. Because today I'm going to hold my promise to you of leads, leverage, longevity, passively. Joe came back with a vengeance and she said, I feel better. It's November. I'm going to do 12,000 this month. And I said, are you freaking crazy? No one can go from 4,000 to 12,000 in 1 month. Well, she didn't hit her goal, but she did come within $500. And what I want you to see here is that she closed out November doing $11,500, 100% from Pinterest, which brought her from out of business to doing $25,000 in revenue in 5 months from Pinterest. Do I have your attention yet? So we're talking about Pinterest. Pinterest is a freeing, forgiving platform. They want you to win. This little thing here in the corner is called your PIN code. It is not a QR code, it's a PIN code. And you know the purpose of a QR code is you scan it with your camera and it opens up a website or wherever you're pointing that to. Well, Pinterest gives you PIN codes for your account and for each board that you have. So I want you to think about the other marketing aspects of your world. If you are on YouTube or have a blog or make shorts or have a website, you could take this PIN code and share it into your Instagram stories, share it into your Facebook stories, put it on your business cards, put it on your marketing, right? People scan it, boom, it sends them right to your Pinterest account. So what are some of the crazy things? If I don't have your attention yet, we're talking that 97% of top Pinterest searches are unbranded. So what does that mean for you? We're not going there looking for Nike and Coca-Cola and Lululemon. No, baby, we are looking for you, the micro influencer. Okay. But my problem is that only 25% of you are active on Pinterest. We're going to change that. And we're going to do it in a way that sets you free. It's not one more thing to do. It's not, oh my God, I don't have the time. It's not, oh, I'm so burnt out. It's, I'm going to help you set yourself free. Did you realize that there are currently 465 million monthly active users on Pinterest? Okay, that's a big number. 465 million monthly active users. 85% of those people have their credit card in hand and they're ready to buy, but they can't buy from you if you're not there. Let's go. All right, let's start writing. Step 1, I'm going to give you 8 steps today. Okay, 8 steps. And if you miss something, don't worry, because I'm going to give you the download so you have all 8 steps in front of you with a mini course I created that Tony's letting me gift you. So number 1, you are going to go and build your business profile by going to business.pinterest.com. Okay, business.pinterest.com. We're just going to set up your profile. That is step 1. And we do want a business account. It's completely free. Then we have to understand that because Pinterest is a search engine, it is imperative that we use what's called keywords. Now, a lot of people have, again, this misconception that a keyword is like one word. Marketing, that's a keyword. There's something called long tail keywords. So I ask you, what is your ideal customer or client searching for? What are the things that they need? And put yourself in their shoes. You were them at one point. What are they searching for? Right? How to blank. Tips for, right? All ideas. Okay. So how to lose 5 pounds before the holiday season. That is a long tail keyword. So when you're broken, when you're looking for a solution, there's 3 ways that you're primarily going to search. How to is 1. The word tips is 2. And then ideas. Here's a little gangsta tip for you. When you use the word ideas, you have a 33% more chance to be populating in Google. 33% just by adding the word ideas, because people are looking for ideas, marketing ideas, right? Throw what you do in the chat. I don't want your business or anything like that, but what do you solve? What do you do for people? What's the reason they're coming to you? And so you need to understand how to use keywords. And so the second step really is to use all of the space in your bio, all right? Publish books, self-care and weight loss, right? Work more on their business than in their business. Okay, I see you, right? Fill your bio with these keywords. So this is your opportunity to tell the world, here's who I am, here's what I do, keeping in mind we're talking to the one singular person. When you talk to the masses of people, it's going over their head instead of through their heart. We want to move people on such an emotional level that rapport and trust and likability is built in a nanosecond. And they're like, oh my God, she's talking to me. He's talking to me. I've got to click this button and work with this person. When you understand their pains and problems, boom, you can speak to them with just ease, right? Not dis-ease, with ease. So you're going to fill the space in your bio, tell the world what you do, how you help, and you're going to use as many relevant and searchable keywords as possible. And I'm going to give you a tool for how to look up keywords that are trending to get in front of your exact ideal person faster, just like we did with Joe. So when people are searching either Google or the Pinterest platform for your type of keywords, guess what? You start to populate as a potential resource. What? Look at Rhonda. She's like, I hate to admit this. I didn't update my profile right away after the call last week. I used her as an example, and I showed her how there was so much more opportunity for her to, sprinkle those keywords into her bio. But look at what she said. Whoa, when I did add in more keywords, my views jumped over 1,000 people overnight. Wish I had done it sooner. 1,000 people in 24 hours. Hello. Now you've created your business account. You've updated your profile. Now you're ready to create your boards. Your board is equivalent to a filing cabinet. If you're brand new to Pinterest and you're like, what? I don't get it. It's okay. The board is like a file cabinet. It's where you're going to tuck your content into, AKA your piece of paper. But the content is called a pin. It can be a video pin or it can be a static image. They both perform very well. And I'll give you some secrets before I'm done here. So you're going to create your boards using similar keywords as you did in your bio. I know that you may be multi-passionate, and that's okay. On Pinterest, you don't need to be completely niche specific. And this may contradict what you've heard, right? I get it. Trust me, Pinterest is not a social media platform. So we have to start thinking in terms of SEO, search engine optimization. We want to optimize your profile, your content, your solutions. And so your boards can be niche specific, but your account does not have to be. So when you name your board, you're going to give it keywords that people are looking for, right? Trauma release. How do you speak to those people? Ideas for being happy, right? Tips for healing, weight loss, all the things, how to. Just think of how they're searching. So one free tool is called trends.pinterest.com. trends.pinterest.com. You'll use this tool to find trending and effective keywords for your business, for your niche. And you can search by the interest, or you can manually type in the keyword that you want. So type in, marketing, type in the word trauma, see what comes up. And that's what you're going to use to name your boards. Weight loss ideas, right? Happiness tips. Then we all love Canva, don't we? You can use Canva. It does not have to be the Canva Pro. It can be the free version. And when you open Canva, on the top right-hand corner, there's a big button that says Create a Design. All you have to do there is type in the word Pinterest, and you're going to see a Pinterest pin template come up. So when you click on that, it's going to upload tons and tons of already beautifully designed templates that you can choose from. If you don't like, the ones that are there, you can type in what your niche is or what you're looking to create. And all you have to do is swap out the color scheme so that it fits your brand. You can upload a picture of yourself. You can put your website or your link right on your pin. And I have some pro tips for you. If you are using Canva Pro, of course, that's going to open, better templates, but they all work. Okay. I don't want to alienate anyone just because you don't have Canva Pro. But if you do have Pro, there's a feature that you can link your Pinterest account and all of your other social media platforms as well. But now when you create a pin, you can schedule it to Pinterest right from inside of Canva without even having to save it to your desktop. So this is going to shed seconds. Anytime we can shave time, we're winning, right? I think you would all agree. And then it's going to save storage and memory on your computer as well. So we're just shaving those nanoseconds to be more effective, more efficient. And you can do that. There's no right, there's no wrong. What does Pinterest like to see? They prefer lifestyle images. Those perform very, very well. Lifestyle means you and your family, you and your business, I'm not talking some bougie ass Lamborghini with bags of money. I'm talking, how can you be real and relatable? And you want to use the big image with large font. So it's very, very easy to read. We're not building out brochures. So you don't try to cram as much text into these little pins as possible. Make it aesthetically pleasing. And you remember, Joe's off of Facebook now, so she had to use her husband's account. And she said, hey, I went from 41 monthly views to 10,000 in just 4 weeks. How though, Kim? Putting content on Pinterest daily, as suggested by Kim Ward, just by using Canva. Can it be that simple? Yes, it is. The next step, now that you've got your image, here's a hack for you. Once you've done your keyword research and you know what you want this pin to kind of rank for, right? Weight loss coffee, mindset coaching, confidence coach, right? Success coach, marketing coach, whatever it is that you do. Now you want to have some of those keywords to create your pin title. But where's there another SEO tip for me in here, Kim? Because I know you don't want to hold back. No, I promised Tony I wouldn't. So when you're inside of Canva, at the very top of your screen, you can actually name your graphic. And you want to name that graphic the keyword that you want to rank for. This is called that backdoor search engine optimization. So even though it's not visible to us, it's not seen by the naked eye, the search engine, which in this case is Pinterest and Google, they can read that image and they say, oh, digital marketing tips. Got it. We know who to put this in front of because we've named the Canva graphic, right? This is actually inside of Canva. You can name the graphic. So when you save it to your computer, it's saved as that name. So now that keyword is like attached to that graphic. Okay. The pin title allows for 100 characters. Only the first 40 will be seen, but that does not mean that you shouldn't use as much of the space as possible, right? You understand now the value of the keywords. And then once we've got your title, now we're ready for the description. I will tell you that listicles work best. 3 tips to, 7 ways to, right? 7 tips, 7 ideas, 7 blank. When you tie a number, and odd numbers work best with the promise or the hook, right? They're like, whoa, I want this. Doesn't mean every single pin has to be a listicle. I just want to add and layer as much as I possibly can in our time together today. So now you're ready to create your pin description. And this description has the ability to have 500 characters. And again, you want to treat it as kind of like a mini blog post. Make this space count. Talk to the one singular person who's reading this. Eventually, there will be, and I'm telling you, there will be hundreds, then thousands, then tens of thousands, and then millions if you stay consistent. It's going to grow and compound over time, and you are creating a little content arsenal for yourself. Now, the description, you want to speak to the singular person. You want to sprinkle in as many relevant and searchable keywords as possible, because that's what's going to help you get that exposure. Okay. Now we have something called an alt text. This is actually a space for people who are blind or visually impaired. And the purpose of the alt text is for you, the creator, to describe aesthetically, what does this pin look like? And the screen reader is going to read that to the person. And what you're able to do is give them that space to kind of live vicariously through your words so that they can develop an imagery in their mind of what this looks like. We're trying to create that emotional response with people. And this is a secret space for you to sprinkle in more of your keywords. Again, this space is optional. You don't have to put this much detail every single time you create a pin. But if I told you one well done pin is equivalent to $1,000, I think you would slow down to speed up and really focus more on the quality rather than the quantity. And that's what this is all about. All right. So this, again, it's just kind of that, yes. So Dave said, hey, does this alt text affect the SEO pickup? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So Pinterest is like, wow, we have an immense clarity because your profile is set up with great keywords. The boards have keywords in them. The graphic itself from Canva is named the keyword that you want to rank for. Now we've got it in the title, the description, the alt text. You're a freaking ninja. You're a ninja at this point. And then step 8, this is the fun part. Each and every pin requires what's called a URL. This is just a fancy, this is your link. Where is it going to? And a lot of people have this crazy misconception that if you're not a blogger, you can't make money on Pinterest. I want you to know right here, I have grown my own Instagram account to over 22,000 followers from pinning my Instagram content on Pinterest. Rhonda, who you saw a little testimonial from her in the previous slide, she grew her Facebook group by hundreds of people by pinning it. So if there's anyone in the house that is a network marketer, I would just say be very, very cautious because Pinterest can pick up some of those links as spam. And I would never, ever recommend that you just send someone to a replicated website. I would rather you build like an opt-in page that they can opt in, they're on your email list, and then you can sell them on the back end or even redirect them on the thank you page or send them to a Facebook group. You want them in your ecosystem because if someone just goes to a replicated site where there's just a checkout cart for a product, we can't see and track that drop-off rate. So I want to help you build that virtual spider web where we're getting them in your ecosystem and they're just falling more and more in love with you. So what kind of things can you put here as a link? Well, your YouTube video, right? You've got YouTube shorts, you've got your YouTube videos, grab the link, pin it, boom. Now you're driving traffic to YouTube. What? If you've got a Facebook group, it has a link. Tony has one. If you're here at this event, you're probably in the Facebook group with us. He could take the link for that group, he could pin it. Again, if you have a podcast, if you've been a guest on someone's podcast, you can pin the episode link for the podcast. If you have a website, a blog, lead magnets, opt-in pages, digital courses, digital products, right? Physical products. You can pin each and every single one of those links. Crazy cool. All right. Less than 5 minutes left. I see your questions. I'm in the Facebook group. You can feel free to come and tag me in the Facebook group and ask me some questions here. I wanted to share this because Pinterest is making a change on September 25th. So you all know Lindsay Sewell. She's one of the amazing speakers here at this event. She said, I joined Kim's Pinterest program wanting to get more traffic to my review blog. Within a few months of starting my brand new Pinterest account, I was already getting over 10,000 monthly views. But here's what's crazy. She did one Pinterest live. If you didn't know, Pinterest had a live, we'll call it, it's live TV is what it's called, but it's basically a live stream. Her account jumped to nearly 100,000 views in a few days. So she did I almost said Facebook Live. She did a Pinterest Live, and within 30 minutes, she already made 4 sales from complete strangers. Traffic to my website and sales of my products have gone up over 100% in the past month. I don't run any paid ads because Pinterest is driving a good amount of traffic to my business. Now, because I have such a great relationship with Pinterest corporate, they let me know that Pinterest TV is going away. So you can't apply for it anymore. You can't live stream anymore. And that's good for you. Why? Because they're putting so much love and so much emphasis now on just video pins. So with Pinterest, you can create videos that are less than 5 minutes long, and you can pin them. And remember what I said, every single pin, regardless of it's a video pin or a static image, needs somewhere to go. You can't put a pin without a link. It's completely impossible. So if you are comfortable doing video marketing, I highly suggest that you do. If you are not, I highly suggest you find one of the speakers and help them shift your mindset so that you can get out there, because you cannot, if you're not showing up, you are robbing someone of the transformation that only you can help them have. And I know you're not okay with that. So video pins, and then the link that you want to send them to can be anything of what I have said already. YouTube videos, Instagram stuff, TikTok, opt-in pages, lead magnets, blogs, websites, podcasts, digital courses, checkout carts, products. Doesn't matter, okay? These are some brand new people right here. Teresa just literally said, like yesterday, in 5 to 7 days, I can't believe that I had my first pin posted. It's out there promoting it. And I got over 30 clicks to my linked website. Definitely worth continuing. Karen said, hey, it's end of my first week. She just came into my academy, got so much done, blah, 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 blah. Thanks, Kim. Never got so much done in 1 week before. So I promised Tony that I know I'm going fast. There's so much information here. Pinterest might be a new concept to you. So what I have is for you to be able to take my 45-minute mini course of everything I just shared with you today, but you can look over my shoulder as I do it with you. And I'm gifting this to you. All right. There's also a printable download, which is 8 simple steps. These are the 8 steps I just showed you. We're going a little bit more in depth. And then if you do have a blog, I also threw this in 7 tips to drive more traffic. I put blog, it's really blog, to your blog. That is a PDF. And if you want to grab this bundle, it is no cost, no strings attached to you. That's how much I love you and Tony. And all you need to do is go to pinterestgrowth.com. Pretty easy to remember. And my friends, Pinterest will set you free. And I stayed right at my time. So woo!
There you go, Kim. Right on.
Thank you so much.
Well, I had no idea. My view of Pinterest, I guess, was stuck in 2008 or 12 or whenever, I don't know. I can't even remember what wasn't there, apparently. But yeah, a search engine just changed the way that I've looked at it. And I have done nothing with this until now, and now I'm going to take the actions. So, guys, thank you so much for participating and questioning here. The if whatever you got here, I'm on pins and needles. Oh goodness. And let's see here. How do people get into your Facebook group to ask some of the other questions? Like Joy's got a question, because the platform is different in SEO. How do you develop a strategy that's different from Instagram or Facebook?
Yeah,
But
if they're in the event Facebook group, I'm happy to answer some questions and serve in the group that Tony's put together for us. Otherwise, if you go to pinterestgrowth.com, you will have direct access to me at that point, and I can definitely answer all of your questions.
wonderful, wonderful. So Joy, if you could post that in that Facebook group, we can follow that down a little bit better.
Yep.
Kim, was there another note that I saw there in your?
Nope, we're happy
Okay,
to serve,
good.
man. We're good.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Kim, for
Thank you so much.
doing this. Really appreciate it.
Enjoy
All
the
right, guys,
event.
remember, knowledge is one thing, action is what makes it happen. So if this spoke to you and you're going to take action on this, please give me an exclamation mark in the chat. And if you're not, no worries at all. This is, everybody gets to choose their own adventure here, right?